Today we're diving into a dish that embodies history, tradition, and incredible flavor, Hungarian Goulash. This is the real deal, straight from Hungary's culinary roots. Tender beef, vibrant peppers, a rich broth, and a history that dates back over 1,000 years. Stick with me, and let's bring this classic dish to life. Here's what we'll need for this recipe. 2 tablespoons of pork lard, 1 large onion, 1/4 cup of genuine Hungarian sweet paprika, 2 pounds of beef chuck, 4 garlic cloves, 2 red bell peppers, 1 yellow bell pepper, 2 tomatoes, 3 carrots, 3 potatoes, 5 cups of beef bone broth, 1 bay leaf, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of caraway seed, 2 tablespoons of parsley. In a dish like Hungarian Goulash, every ingredient adds depth to the flavor to get the best texture and taste. First up, let's prep our bell peppers. In Hungary, they use a variety which is slightly sweeter than the ones we find in stores. We're using red and yellow bell peppers to get that mild sweetness. Slice the sides down, then we'll slice the pepper into 1/2-inch strips, then chop them into bite-sized chunks. Carrots add a subtle sweetness and a pop of color. We need 3 carrots peeled and diced. I like to cut them into 1/2-inch chunks, but you can also dice them if you prefer smaller pieces. Did you know the word Goulash means herdsman, a nod to the Magyar shepherds of the 9th century who would cook hearty meat stews in large iron kettles over an open fire. On to our potatoes. These make the goulash extra hearty. We're using 2 potatoes, peeled and diced into 1/2-inch pieces. Now for our tomatoes. These bring a little acidity and natural sweetness to balance the flavors. We're aiming for a small 1/4-inch dice here. This way, they'll blend into the broth without being overwhelming. On to the garlic. We are mincing 3 cloves. Lastly, we've got a large yellow onion. For goulash, we want a medium dice, so about 1/2-inch in size would be just perfect. Onions will add sweetness and richness to this dish. Whole caraway seeds are strong, so we'll crush them in this mortar and pestle to release their essential oils. Now for the beef, the star of the dish. We're using 2 pounds of beef chuck, which is a cut with enough marbling to stay juicy and tender through slow cooking. The key here is uniformity. We want 1/2-inch pieces so they cook evenly and absorb the rich flavors of the broth. All right, let's get cooking. First, let's melt the pork lard in the Dutch oven. Once it's nice and hot, add the beef, stirring occasionally until it starts to brown. Now we'll toss in the crushed caraway seeds and let them toast for a few minutes. Next in is the onion. Let it cook for a few minutes to soften. In goes the bell peppers, tomatoes, and garlic. Stir them in and let them cook down for 6 to 8 minutes until they release their juices. Did you know originally a humble meal for cowherds, goulash became Hungary's national dish by the 19th century? Turn the heat to low and add 1/4 cup of Hungarian sweet paprika. Paprika scorches easily and becomes bitter. It's time to add the carrots and potato to the pot next. Drop in a bay leaf and 5 cups of bone broth, and we'll bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, reduce the heat to a simmer and let it cook for about 40 minutes. I'll take this time to finely chop some parsley, which I'll use as a garnish later. Our goulash is done. Taste your dish and season with some salt and pepper to your liking. Now, this is how goulash should look. Deep red color, rich aroma, and chunks of tender beef. This isn't just food, it's a warm, comforting hug in a bowl. Grab your favorite rustic bowl and spoon in a big, hearty portion. For the perfect finishing touch, I like to add a sprinkle of fresh parsley for a pop of freshness, and serve with a side of crusty bread. Now it's your turn. If you love hearty, rustic dishes like this, be sure to try this recipe and let me know in the comments how it turned out. And if you want to see more outdoor cooking adventures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time right here by the fire.
Everything's like super soft. The ingredients are really simple and it tastes really good. I like it.
It's really juicy. Very good.